This is Pizza Dude Man Guy, and this is the very first Patron pick. Once every fourth Force Smash, I randomly select a request from one of my patrons at Patreon and make a moveset for that character. If you want to join in on the next one, just donate at least $1 to patreon.com/PizzaDudeManGuy. This patron pick is for Dr. Eva Rosalene and Dr. Neil Watts from the 2011 indie game To the Moon, suggested by Jared Benning. Eva and Neil for Smash! Eva Rosalene and Neil Watts are a team of doctors that work for the Sigmund Corporation, a facility that has created the technology to alter people's memories. They sell this as a service to dying patients, allowing them to accomplish a long-lost lifetime dream or have a wish granted in the form of having their memories rearranged to make believe they did those things right before they pass on. While their work may seem ethically ambiguous, Eva and Neil are very good at their jobs. When they traverse through the world of memories, they have complete control over the simulation, able to move and remove people and objects at will, or even create new objects entirely. The games To the Moon and its sequel Finding Paradise focus on the stories of Eva and Neil's more peculiar cases where they have to come up with particularly creative solutions to fulfill their client's request. So these world manipulation abilities make up a lot of their moveset. Let's take a look. As per request, this moveset is for a team of characters, Eva Rosalene and Neil Watts, which makes sense since you spend the games controlling both simultaneously, one following the other. Still, I wanted to make their gimmick unique and separate from previous examples like Zelda and Sheik or the Ice Climbers. They will have a character switch down B, so we'll delve into this mechanic later on. For now, just treat Eva and Neil as echoes of each other. They share a moveset, although there are some cosmetic differences which we'll cover as we get to them. Eva and Neil's neutral attack is a physical projectile called Shoe, an attack used in both games. They take off one of their shoes and fling it forward. Upon hitting an opponent or the floor, the shoe bounces, disappears, and then respawns on their foot. If you tap A again after using Shoe, you'll use Other Shoe, throwing your other shoe to make a 2-hit projectile combo. For their dash attack, they jump up and create a horse that they ride on forward a bit, then it vanishes. Eva's horse is brown and Neil's is blue. At this time, I would like to introduce Moveset Miles, who will be demonstrating several attacks throughout the video. Forward tilt is a powerful shove, a reference to the times Eva pushes Neil off of ledges. Up tilt is an upward swing with a broomstick, one of Neil's attacks from the DLC, and down tilt is a downward smash with a hammer, like the Whack-A-Mole minigame. Forward smash is a reference to the puzzles from To the Moon. Eva or Neil stick out their hand and create a series of 5 white panels that flip out in front of them, which each deal damage and knock the opponent forward. At best, you can attack someone right in front of you for a sequence of 5 consecutive hits, but it's a move with range. Up smash is instead the puzzles from Finding Paradise. Eva or Neil launch 3 orbs with a matching picture, such as a paper airplane or hibiscus, upwards. These can knock opponents away, but as soon as the 3rd orb releases, all 3 explode in a powerful burst of electricity. Down smash is Neil's iconic hook shot. In order to pass a large wall, Neil uses a hook shot to latch onto a miniature planet Neptune he creates. This is still a bit big, so as a secondary reference, for this attack they instead create and pull down a miniature moon, smashing it into the ground. It's a bit of an unusual down smash since the area it hits is from where the moon spawns to where it lands, as opposed to striking the areas around the character's sides. Now, I already used Shoe, but for Eva and Neil's aerial moves, I'm using the rest of their RPG attacks. In-game, these have little to no animation, so we're taking some creative liberties here. Neutral aerial is the Whirlwind Slap, a spinning double slap that strikes both sides. Forward aerial is the Armageddon Kick, a strong forward kick with an explosion effect. Back aerial is the Tornado Punch. The doctors spin around like a tornado and deliver a powerful back punch. Up aerial is the Volcanic Jump Kick, a high kick with a fire effect. And down aerial is the Tsunami Kick, a downward arc kick that pushes with the power of water. For their grab, Eva and Neil hold out their hand and freeze their target in place. It somewhat resembles Mewtwo's Psychic Grab, except the grabbed opponent becomes completely motionless. During the pummel, the grabbed opponent becomes white and staticky for a split second. The forward throw is a poke. In To the Moon, this made NPCs vanish. Here, it blasts grabbed opponents forward. Back throw is a simple, psychic-like turn and toss, like moving an object around. Up throw is a punt, like when Neil kicks a kid's doll into a lake, and down throw is Eva's spike trap. 3 prongs emerge from the ground below the opponent and bounce them away. The get-up attacks are simple, quick moves. Forward floor is a knee smash followed by a spinning back fist, back floor is an upward kick with an elbow strike, the trip attack also starts with a kick but ends with a chop, and the edge attack is also a chop. On to the special moves. Eva and Neil's neutral special is a simple energy projectile called the Memory Orb. Functionally, it's very similar to Falco's Blaster, a long-ranged attack that goes straight, deals damage, and stuns. The main difference is that the orbs are faster, but have a longer starting animation. Besides that, the color of the orb cycles from blue to green, then yellow, red, and purple. When Eva shoots memory orbs, she performs simple one-handed blasts, but Neil does two-handed shots that resemble Hadoukens. Eva's blasts are slightly faster, while Neil's deal more damage. Side special is also a bit different between the two. Neil's side special is Potted Plant, his main attack near the end of To the Moon. Neil launches a tall plant about the same height as himself forward. It's a fast projectile that slides along the ground, knocking opponents away. It goes a set distance before disappearing. If it reaches an edge, it will tip over and plummet the rest of its distance. If used in the air, it will immediately tip over and plummet, ending movement after its distance or if it hits the ground. Eva's side special is functionally the exact same, but instead of a potted plant, she launches a Zombieva, a zombified version of herself. They're slower than potted plants, but deal more damage. Their up special is called Timeline Traversal. Eva and Neil transform into a floating head with a tail. Eva's is purple and Neil's is green. You get to freely fly around for a few seconds before you turn back and go into a helpless state. If attacked in this form, you immediately revert into a damaged state. Now for the down special, we need to finally cover Eva and Neil's tag team. One follows the other, like the Ice Climbers, with Eva as the default lead, although this can be changed at character selection. Whoever is the lead does all the moves and attacks. Meanwhile, the partner behind them is see-through and completely intangible. They don't attack, and they can't get attacked. Everything passes through them as if they weren't even there. All they do is do their best to stay close to the lead character, running, jumping, and when applicable, using their up special to reach them. The down special is called World Interaction, and it is not activated by the character you are controlling, but rather the partner character. When you press down B, the character you are currently using immediately becomes intangible, and you start playing as the other character. You can interrupt enemy combos, or instantaneously get back into the fight after being launched away just by pressing down B. There are a couple of downsides, however. The move can only be used once every 5 or so seconds, indicated by a machine that appears above Eva and Neil's character icon. If it displays a blue light, you're good to go, but a red light indicates cooldown. This prevents rapidly spamming character swaps. Additionally, Eva and Neil share health. If one is at 100%, both are at 100%, and if either of them die, they both vanish and respawn at the top. So you get a bit more freedom with controlling both characters when compared to the Ice Climbers, allowing you to create some creative combos and dodges, but you don't get the same powerful double attacks. Eva and Neil's final smash is a team attack I'm calling System Override. Wherever she is, Eva initiates the attack, shooting an electric beam forward that encapsulates opponents. The captured fighters are dragged into a cutscene sequence, like Mega Man's final smash. Here, Neil undergoes his ultimate transformation. then decimates the opponents with a flurry of sword attacks. Eva and Neil's on-screen appearance has them come out of an elaborate doorway that appears out of nowhere, like the ones Eva makes. Even while one is intangible, both Eva and Neil pose when using their taunts. When using side taunt, Neil takes off his glasses and does a flashy pose, while Eva does her signature facepalm. For up taunt, Neil and Eva hold up a novelty sock in a Zelda-like fashion. It might be rainbow patterned, or cucumber patterned, or maybe even other things. If Neil and Eva are next to each other, you get a pair of socks. Down taunt is their respective battle poses. The direction they face will be complementary to their partner if they are next to each other. For victory screen 1, Eva says something like,
"Another job well done,"
followed by Neil making exaggerated poses and yelling in the background.
Yeah, I'm the best. Yeah, I did it. That's the prophecy foretold.
Eva facepalms. In victory screen 2, Eva answers her phone, saying something like,
"Time for our next assignment."
Neil smiles, then they both phase out of existence. Victory screen 3 is Neil and Eva performing the potato dance from Finding Paradise. They perform side by side in sync, although starting at different points. The victory theme is a snippet from the main theme of To the Moon. Eva and Neil's default outfits are their white lab coats. As for their alternatives, I decided to use a pattern where Eva changes her coat color while Neil matches by changing his skin tone. You see, in one part of Finding Paradise, Neil turns his skin blue and calls himself Dr. Manhattan, so the matching alt gives him blue skin while Eva gets a blue jacket. Similarly, Neil makes a Hulk reference, so I decided to include alts for green, red, and gray. The rest are more obscure or I included just for fun: yellow, pink, and purple. Since the memory orb specials are slightly different, there are two Kirby hats. One is Eva's hair, and one is Neil's hair and glasses. To the Moon as a series has been pretty well built up. It already has 2 main releases, along with DLC chapters and a shorter spin-off. There will probably be a third game in the future, and the first game is already confirmed for a Nintendo Switch release, so this really could be a viable choice. That said, I wouldn't expect Eva and Neil to become playable in Super Smash Bros. Before many other indie character choices, but that's not the point of this series. It's just about making movesets for some of our favorite characters in games. I probably wouldn't have ever played these if it weren't for this request, and I am so glad I got to do this. To the Moon and Finding Paradise were incredible experiences. Thank you for watching. Special thanks to Miles and Chris of Adustus for recording both live and gameplay footage for this video, to Gearsy for the artwork of Eva and Neil made just for this video, to my wife Rosie for providing voice clips and always doing the alternative costume recolors and thumbnails for this series, to all the staff at Freebird Games for making such wonderful titles, to all the patrons for supporting this series, and to you, all the viewers out there, for your support. Let me know in the comments what you think of this moveset or Eva and Neil in Smash Bros. See you next time for the next character.